Well, welcome to another week of Beyond the Scoreboard. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty now.
Oh, it's already pretty much there, Coach. Got region play is finished.
What's been one of your favorite things about Friday nights?
Friday nights. It's probably not so hard. It's the pizza. I'm not gonna lie about it. I love football. Don't get me wrong, but man, it's just something about coming here knowing that there's gonna be some piping hot Domino's pizza.
Okay, I can understand. All right, and then another thing I like is I get a chance to tell some people about some of the things that businesses and stuff in the Cullman area
Absolutely.
that I have been able to get good deals at, but they're available to everybody, just like they were to me. Like Bill Smith, Buick, GMC, and I always try to throw Pontiac in there. But Bill Smith, because I was buying back, I bought 2 or 3 Pontiacs from them.
I've bought a few from them.
They just give you a good deal. And right now might be the best time of the year to go in and look for that Christmas present.
Absolutely.
It might be a little early for a Christmas present, but hey, it'd be hard to hide that thing for 2 months, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Okay. But anyway, check in at Bill Smith, see if you can't get a good deal. And then also, end of the year, be a good time just to kill all those insects that's coming around.
Or start preparing, getting rid of those wherever they burrowed into for the winter. Get them gone so they're not there in the spring.
All right. Target Pest Control. They do a great job with that. And also, it's a good time to start saving a little bit of money so that you can write those checks around Christmas.
At Christmas
But Citizens Bank and Trust, they have a fantastic checking program. But check with them if you have any banking needs. The local banks are the best ones to deal with, no matter what. All right, Beyond the Scoreboard. Well, let me give you a few little times it's available. Saturdays, 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Sunday at 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. Wednesday at 7 p.m. Thursday at 9 p.m. And then, of course, Friday at 10:30. Now, how do you get it?
Well, you can also get us on Charter Channel 16, but also you can find us online, Coach, WCQT TV 27, and that is Facebook or YouTube. And we're available there. And normally that kind of gets uploaded pretty quick. So if you need a little bit of flexibility, you can find us there.
Okay. Well, we've got some interesting news and stuff on our coming up in the next session. But before we start that, take a look at some of the people that bring this program to you.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. As a community bank, we know our customers. They're our neighbors and friends, and we know your banking needs. It's easy to use. Simply hold your phone up to the terminal at checkout. It's right there when you need it. No more searching for your cards. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference. Member FDIC, third-party fees for data, messaging, and internet may apply.
Of the many forces of nature that threaten our homes, one of the most menacing strikes without warning. Sound or fury. They're termites, and they cause billions in damage homeowners insurance won't cover. Fortunately, Termador protects before termites become a problem. Because there's no forecasting when termites will strike.
Call Target Pest Control for a free termite inspection of your home. We aim to please.
First 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
All right, this segment we're going to talk just a little bit about some of the scores from this past week, or this week. So, Coach, you got some of those scores ready for us?
Yes, sure do. We'll start out, as we always do, with that 2A Region 5. Aliceville, of course, they were done with Region play. They take on Selma, step up a couple classifications. Selma gets the win over Aliceville, 20-8. Cold Springs on the road, tough road venue to go to over in West Alabama. They go over and play the Sulligent Blue Devils, and the Sulligent Blue Devils just too much, as Sulligent with a win, 36-7 over the Cold Springs Eagles. Maybe a little bit of a surprise to folks, but Cold Springs Tarrant battled tough last week. This week, Southeastern traveled to Tarrant, and Southeastern comes up with a win, Coach, 34-24 over Tarrant at Tarrant. A little bit of a surprise.
I was a little surprised at that one, yes, me too.
And kind of throws that into a little bit of a, well, it does throw it into a three-way tie for that third place, and that tie has to be broken so that you can determine 3 and 4. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Summerton Christian is at Winston County. Winston County winning big, 46-7 over Summerton. 2A Region 7, Addison taking on Hatton at Hatton. Addison is victorious, winning big, 43-0. Colbert County with a bye week. Hatton, and I've got Addison written in there, which they did play. We've already given you that score. We got Red Bay remaining undefeated on the year as they traveled to Tharptown, and they put a pretty good beating on Tharptown as Red Bay comes away with a big win, 50-0. How about Sheffield?
And Red Bay is undefeated.
Undefeated,
yeah.
9-0, 6-0. And how about Sheffield? Big winners, 34-18. Sheffield improving each and every week as the season has progressed, and big winners there. We in 3A Region 5, it has been shook up in the last couple weeks. Fultondale steps out of region play and takes on Isabella. Isabella right now having a great season. They beat Fultondale 34-21 at home.
Now Isabella is a 1A program down in South Alabama, and they are in the playoffs as they normally are. All right, go ahead.
And good football team there. Shootout last week at Hanceville. You had Locust Fork and Hanceville. Hanceville jumps out to an early lead, hangs on a little bit. Locust Fork battles back, and then it's back and forth. But Locust Fork able to come away winners, 55-46. Game of the week, I thought, because it had playoff implications for the Vinemont Eagles. And Holly Pond goes into Vinemont, comes away with the win, 36-29. And that's pretty good rivalry, county rivalry right there. Yep. And Holly Pond, Coach Bates able to get his crew up, and they get a 7-point win on the road. J.B. Pennington been improving each and every week. We talked about that a little bit last week. They've had a couple big wins here as of late, and they push the Midfield Patriots all the way to the end, but Midfield able to come away with the win, 22-20 at home.
And Midfield lost to Locust Fork last week, so that puts, well, Locust Fork with the win over Hanceville is now going to be number two.
Number two. They're going to have a home playoff game.
Yep.
4A Region 5. You have Cordova. They had Haleyville at home in a close one. Cordova has come on and put together a good second half of the season. They defeat Haleyville 35-26, gets them into the playoffs. Curry remains winless as Northside tops them 34-0 at Northside. Fayette County and Good Hope, big game, playoff atmosphere. Let me tell you, I was at that game. It was packed. And
it was playing for number 2 position. Home ball game in the first round of the playoff. And
Fayette County just a little bit too much for Good Hope this year. And Fayette County goes on to a 30-14 win at Good Hope. Oak Grove, they finished up region play, and they stepped out and played Hopeful this week. Hopeful defeats them 42-14, and pretty much ends Oak Grove's season because they have a bye week for next week.
Yep, they're 1-9. They
1-9.
played their 10.
All right, 4A Region 7. It's been shuffle those top four the last few weeks, and that continued this week. And Danville rose into Fairview. Fairview with an opportunity to get their first region title since, I believe, 1998. And Fairview wins big, 55-14. DAR and St. John Paul II battling it out. And 1-point ball game as St. John Paul II able to get the big win at home or on the road at DAR 35-34.
And DAR really was not expected to play them that close, I don't think.
No, not at all. But, that right there being an important game for St. John Paul II in terms of third or fourth. All right, then you have North Jackson. North Jackson wins big over Randolph, 42-25. And for quite a while, for quite some time, North Jackson being a regular figure within the playoffs, will miss playoffs for the first time, and I can't remember since when.
I'm going to guess they've never missed the playoffs.
But this year,
they've only been a team since Stevenson and Bridgeport
yes,
came together.
So it's, they're going to miss out on the playoffs. Very competitive region. We told you about Priceville. Priceville in a close one. I thought they'd probably be a few more points put on the board, but Priceville 24, West Morgan 22. Very close football game right there. As we move into 5A Region 7, some competitive ball being played. Corner plays themselves into a playoff spot as they defeat Lawrence County. Lawrence County been a tough opponent all year long.
I was a little surprised at that. Lawrence County had really looked like they had a real good year going.
Mm-hmm. And, been competitive in every ball game, but Corner 24-8 winners. Russellville struggling a little bit with Dora, but able to get the region win there, 16-6 over Dora. Now, here's a surprise to me, not on who won it, but
how much?
The manner in which they won it and how much they won it by, and that is Jasper 49, Hamilton 0. Hamilton getting some big wins during the course of the season, and but not able to hold their own against Jasper.
Sort of makes Jasper look like they are worthy of their number one ranking in Class 5A.
All right, we got Hayden and West Point goes to overtime. West Point gets the win, 21-20. Exciting ball game. I believe, Coach, we'll have some footage on that. And
yeah.
Coach, you were at that game.
No, we're not going to have
footage on the West Point game.
Wasn't able to get there.
Okay, but we'll be able to comment some on that game a little bit. But tightly contested ball game, and West Point able to win it. Mm-hmm. They're in overtime. 6A Region 7, they're done with region play. We've already told you last week, those four teams that are in the playoffs, but they were still playing football this week, all except for Decatur, who had a bye. You got Athens big winners over Leah Huntsville, 50-0. You got May Jemison, who I believe is going to be Cullman's first round opponent in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. The big winners over Columbia, 42-0. You got Cullman, who defeats Fort Payne, the number one team in that region with May Jemison. Cullman defeats 42-23. You got Hartselle all over Hazel Green, 37-6.
And I think Hartselle is going to be playing Fort Payne first round.
Yes, Fort Payne first round at Fort Payne.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Muscle Shoals, 36-12 over Wetumpka. Wetumpka, a good football team.
Okay.
All right, so that's our scores, and in a little bit we'll talk a little bit about playoff matchups. Even though we got another week of football to go, most of it's already been ironed out, and we'll share some brackets with you, and then we'll do a little bit of bracketology on our own. We
got a little bit of footage that we're going to show you on the Holly Pond Vinemont game. So here's Vinemont kicking off to Holly Pond. And, they have been, a lot of schools have just not been kicking deep. But They did decide to there. You know, they kicked deep last week, and it was returned for a touchdown.
Yes.
But anyway, really good ball game between Vinemont and Holly Pond. Played at Vinemont, but neither team seemed to be able to stop the other one. It was a case of the other one just has to stop themselves.
Well, here you see off the outside veer, quarterback for Holly Pond, long touchdown run. Of course, Coach Bates going to go for 2.
And they're pretty good at going for 2.
They're pretty good at it. Been doing it pretty much all year. Times that I've seen them and been able to see them play. Pretty good field position there for Vinemont as they'll take up shop on about the 35, 36-yard line.
And they've got number 8, Colby Miller there. He's a 10th grader, been starting at quarterback the last couple of weeks, and has pretty good speed. But here's their workhorse, number 24, Dallin Dinkle. It's been their workhorse all year. Had a great year.
He has, that Locust Fork game that we covered. He had a big night that night, and just has put together an outstanding year.
Okay, and then you see a good throw there to Lucas Miller, senior. I think that's the older brother of the quarterback.
Yeah, Vinemont able to draw even those safeties up close to the line of scrimmage, being successful running the football, trying to get them involved in stopping the run, and Vinemont able to hit a pass play, slip a receiver by him.
Okay, now this is the start of the second half. Well, that first series, start of the second half. I was not able to get there until halftime, and then so anyway, we've got these plays that showing the second half of the ball game, and I know that Kyler Cheney's been wearing number 12 all year.
Yeah, that's why I didn't call his name a while ago, because I'm used to seeing number 12, not number 15, and he may have had a jersey torn up, or I'm sure there's a good reason for having on number 15.
All right, Levi Boatwright had a great night also, running that on the outside veer and the inside trap. But it just seemed like neither defense was going to be able to stop the other one from putting the ball in the end zone without some mistakes. And, as you see, we do have some mistakes. Right here is an interception.
That's hurt Holly Pond all year. Crucial turnovers at crucial times, and a couple of them on drives deep into the opponent's territory, just like right there.
And I wasn't sure, but I was thinking that was their quarterback, Colby Miller, that made the interception. Here's big defensive play. This might be the only time the two stopped each other, during the third quarter. But both of them are getting after it right now. On defense, we're into the fourth quarter now. And again, we have pretty good defensive play, but the ball came back out, and it happened to go right to the quarterback there for Holly Pond, and that would be Tyler Cheney, senior. And, he was able to get it up close, and he puts it in the end zone. So, big score right there. And then Holly Pond has kicked short just about all year as well.
They have. We've covered them several ball games, and that's just kind of been what they do.
Mm-hmm. Here's Dallin Dinkle again running the football. Had some big runs in this game, as he has had all year. And I guess what you'd have to say, there's a few kids there that have enabled him. Number 74, Isaiah Young. Need to call out some of their names. Number 52 there. Braden Bonner. I think that's number 57 over there, Tyler Brown. Number 77, Timothy Butler. So all those, and then, same thing can be said for the Holly Pond offensive line right there. They are doing a good job of making some holes there. And quarterback Kyler Cheney does a good job reading.
Big run right there.
Okay, that's Levi Boatwright again.
Late in the ball game when you got a lead, just trying to get some first downs and stay ahead of the chains a little bit and keep that clock moving.
51, Jeb Bryan. Number 68, Colin Leathers. 62 there is Todd Sears. 78 is Jake Pearsall. And if I missed any, I'm sorry. Here comes Miller showing his athletic ability and his speed, Colby Miller. But that was the last play of the game.
Close
ball
contested ball games.
36-29 final score. And hard played, well played ball game. Okay. The next thing we've got here on our schedule is covered up, so I'll have to find it here in a little bit. Have you got yours?
Band of the week.
Band of
is
the
what we're
week.
going to do, and that's the Holly Pond Broncos and the Vinemont Eagles.
So we had two.
Bobble that, Coach.
I'm trying not to.
reflect on the past 50 years by performing some memorable hits from halftime shows of the past, including Birdland, 25 or 64 finale, and we will end our show tonight with Queen's We Are the Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vinemont Marching Eagle Band. for celebrating 50 years with the Marching Eagle Band, and we invite all alumni, community members, and all Eagle supporters to stand and sing along as we end our show with Queens, We Are the Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vinemont Marching Eagle Band.
At Citizens Bank and Trust, your security is our top priority. Online statements eliminate the risk of your financial information getting lost in the mail. The statement can be viewed online at home or on the go, and you'll receive your statements faster each month. Plus, signing up is easy. At Citizens Bank and Trust, your security is our priority. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference. Member FDIC. Third-party fees for internet messaging and data may apply.
First six-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
Of the many forces of nature that threaten our homes, one of the most menacing strikes without warning. Sound or fury. They're termites, and they cause billions in damage homeowners insurance won't cover. Fortunately, Termador protects before termites become a problem. Because there's no forecasting when termites will strike.
Call Target Pest Control for a free termite inspection of your home. We aim to please.
All right, welcome back. We got a little bit of footage right now of the Danville and Fairview game. Danville at Fairview. Really good ball game for Fairview. Danville played pretty well, but Fairview just got after them. They were wanting to win this region.
I spoke with Coach Redding on Tuesday, and had mentioned, I said, Coach, got an opportunity to play for a region title. He said, oh, we're not talking about that. We're not allowed to talk about that. He said, we got to get better each day. We got a couple days practice left, and we're just trying to get ready to play a football game. So, you know, they had them zeroed in and focused, and that's evident in the outcome of the game. Big winners. Congratulations, Coach Redding and his staff, as they're region champions in that 4A Region 7.
All right, there's number 20 going down, and Coach has gotten my way.
That is Tyvin Ellis right there, and he has had a tremendous year for the Fairview Aggies, and he's just a workhorse. He and Mason Black share the carries out of that backfield, and of course number 9 Parker Martin feeding them the ball and mixing in a little dinking and dunking passing here from time to time. But just an outstanding year and career for Tyvin Ellis.
But anyway, it goes up really quick, 7-0, but that ain't gonna last long. Danville had some explosive kids there. And they do a good job of bringing the ball back down the field.
You know, Danville early on, it looked like they were going to run away with this region. And, you know, the last couple of weeks has taken them from first to fourth. They're still in the playoffs, but we'll talk a little bit. And they're going to have a pretty tough first-round opponent out of North Alabama from stumbling from that number 1 seed all the way down to that number 4 seed. But Fairview just a little bit too much for them on this particular night as they play Dafford Smith Stadium. Here you see a big hit. You got number 6, Mason Black, in there trying to finish up that tackle. Coach Redding had talked about just how well Danville skill people played, and there you see number 9, Parker Martin, playing a little bit of free safety for him, roaming around back there, able to get a big pick for him. Then he'll call his own number right here off of a little bit of zone read. Good pickup. Of course, once again, number 20, Tyvin Ellis. Man does a great job with yards after contact. There he gets an additional 6 to 7 yards following contact. Here he's going to take the pitch off the speed option. Able to get outside. He got some good blocking going on.
Right.
Up front here. Ball thrown high.
Number 65 is one of their leaders on that offensive line, Levi Gardner. And another one up there is Adam Parker, number 74, along with Nathan Free, number 77. And we'll see some more of them here in just a little bit. Good job getting after him.
Yeah, a little pressure put on right there by Oakley Mullican, able to put some pressure on the quarterback, make him move around in that pocket a little bit, not give him an opportunity to get comfortable. There you see him again, along with a teammate, not only putting some pressure, but getting a tackle for a loss. Here, number 24, this is Tyler Simmons on the carry, giving Tyvin Ellis a break.
And he had some big runs in this drive.
You know, Coach Redding had told me and you early on in the season that he felt good about his running back crew and being able to have Ellis as the workhorse, and then come back in here with number 24, Tyler Simmons' son.
Well, there's a 9th grader up there. I mentioned him a while ago, Nathan Free, and also a 10th grader up front, number 72, Ethan Bice. And so that sort of bodes well for things to come in the future.
Yeah, they're fairly young now. They, got some youth up there. Got a 10th grade quarterback in Parker Martin, and of course, losing that workhorse Tyvin Ellis, but it ain't all said and done yet. He's still got a few games to play.
There's Levi Gardner also on the defensive front, making a big play there. Then we get another recovery there, and that was number 6. There he goes with the ball.
Yeah, it's Mason Black. Recovery. And they feed him the ball off the tunnel screen, and he just breaks to daylight off the tunnel screen. We used to call that, when we ran it, after one of my favorite teams called Bama.
Yep.
That was Bama for us. And here
number 50, Charles Dukes. What grade's he in? Number 50.
Number 50, Charles Duke, is a senior.
Okay. Another one up there. Okay, but Fairview, great ball game by Fairview.
Great ball game, great year. Big rivalry for them next week. They got to be careful not to have a letdown because they're going to be on the road traveling to Holly Pond.
And Holly Pond, like I said, they were unstoppable. The only way to stop them, let them stop themselves. All right, now we got a little bit of footage of the Cullman and Fort Payne game. And while we're looking at that, we're going to try to get a hold of Coach Glasscock, because plenty of smoke coming out as they hit the field there. This was senior night, and it was just sort of a gentle sprinkle just about all night, and the rain didn't seem to affect the game a whole lot. But as you see there, they get started throwing the ball. Coach Glasscock, this is Coach Smothers. We are watching you tear up some people right now. I mean, that first drive, I thought, well, that's about as good an opening drive as I've seen Cullman have, because it was a drive. It wasn't one play or anything. And but it was a great opening drive, and I thought, all right, things are looking good. And then guess what? I got a little bit worried. Jalen Sullins just took it down to about the 6-inch line, and then Max Doolin carried it on into the end zone behind that good offensive line. They did a good job the other night. But
improved over the course of the year. I'm really proud of.
Well, I think that's probably the improvement of the team. Primarily, I think, is the offensive line has really matured and sort of become a unit and has done a really good job. But the other night, go ahead.
Well, that's kind of when I took the job here. That was, to me, was one of the big focal points was to really get the offensive line, coming off the ball and changing schemes and just being a little bit more physical point of attack and I hired the best O-line coach I could, in Heath Saint, and he's done a remarkable job with those guys. But I mean, those guys have worked too. They've bought into everything we're doing, and it just takes time. It really does. It takes time. It takes game experience, and they really take a lot of pride, and they work together as a unit really well, and they're enjoying their 2019 football season about as much as any other members of the team.
Well, I really thought your two backs, Jalen Huey and Jaden Sullins. It's hard to remember Jalen and Jaden. But anyway, both those I thought ran extremely hard the other night. And, there was no quit in either one of them.
Well, Jalen Huey, he had pretty tough ankle sprain. He's just now kind of getting back healthy. He's still not 100%, but both backs went over 1,000 yards for the season each the other night, and that's never been done at Cullman High School. So we're really proud of those guys, and but hey, it starts up front, and they'll be the first ones to tell you, it's hard to run if you don't have the hold there, and they both improved as far as reading blocks, and obviously they're the focus of our offense. They've been able to carry the load, and it's been fun to watch those guys. I mean, they're two guys that have a lot of talent, but man, they come to work every day and run the ball hard. And when those guys, get 2 or 3 defenders piled up on them, and they're still pumping those legs and getting extra yards, well, that just gets everybody else on the team motivated, and that makes the O-line want to block that much harder because they know that, hey, all they got to do is just get these guys a little bit of space, and they're going to either take it to the house or they're going to be punishing people. So it's been a lot of fun for me to watch as their coach, and I think, like I said, I think everybody's having fun, and we've improved. I mean, as a coach, that's all you can ask for is the guys to improve.
And do their best. And they seem to be doing that. Yes, they're getting after it.
Well, Coach, looking ahead a little bit, you just put a whipping on the number 1 team out of that region you're paired up with, and you'll be hosting not this Friday, but the following Friday in that first round of the playoffs. That number 2 team made Jemison. Gotta have a lot of confidence going into that game, knowing that you kind of did what you needed to do with that number 1 team. Of course, you look at it too; it's next opponent up.
And actually, you have to go to May Jemison.
Yeah, you have to go there.
Yeah, May Jemison. Well, it's you go through the course of the year, and you try not to focus too much on any one opponent. The focus is on yourself. It's not ever about who you play; it's about who you are. And but when you get to the playoffs, and it really is, you either win or your season's over.
That's right.
It's different, and so you can say, "Hey, this is the biggest game in this period. You win or your season's over." And so, the kids are excited. Cullman's never won a 6A playoff game, and so really going into this year, that was a big focus: get in the playoff, and then try to make history. And we made history with having the first two running backs get over 1,000 yards, and we played I would put our schedule up against anybody's this year as far as comparing us. We played 3 undefeated teams, 4 region champions, which I think I don't believe anybody else in the state.
It's a tough
schedule. Yeah, it's tough.
And
schedule.
that prepares you for the playoffs.
It's a challenging schedule, and I think that's really going to prepare us going into. Make no mistake, Jemison could have easily won that region. Fort Payne beat them 31-30 and had to hang on for dear life. And every team, they play the challenging non-region schedule. They're athletic. They're well coached. It's basically what the old Johnson High School was.
Right.
And they're an outstanding football team. They've got some big time players. So it's going to take our best effort and to even have a chance in this game. But man, we're excited to, like I said, to have a chance to make history is a big thing around here because there's a lot of tradition in this place.
Well, you know, that tough schedule is something that you just have to go into sort of a little nervous, because during that tough schedule, you're trying to make certain that you stay healthy.
I want to know who made the schedule.
Yeah, but you want to maintain a healthy team. But if you can go through it and stay healthy and be healthy at the end of the year, it's a big plus when you go in to the playoffs.
It is helpful now that we've got our bye week and week 10 for everybody else. It's a huge deal. And really the last two games were the healthiest we've been since midseason. When we played Muscle Shoals, we had 7 starters out in that game. I remember when we played Athens, at one time we had 6 linebackers out. And it just, that's part of the game. Everybody's dealing with it. But, man, it catches up with you when you play a brutal schedule like that. You get beat up and to have a chance to have all our guys and be healthy and get an extra step back. I mean, it's going to make a big difference, and it made a big difference last Friday. A lot of people were like, "Why didn't y'all move the game to Thursday?" Like a lot of other people. Well, we needed one more day of rest and recovery from that physical game we had versus Hartsville.
That was
the guys physically weren't ready yet. So I'd rather play in a little bit of rain than put guys out there that are not going to recover from the week before. So it's a brutal sport. There's no doubt about it, and we're lucky to have a break right now.
And with the artificial turf, you didn't have to worry about their cleats miring up in the mud and getting bad leg injuries. So
that's right. Well, I don't know about y'all, but man, when I played, I didn't remember games being moved because of rain. I don't know.
I don't remember them either.
Lightning, I get that. But I remember playing in the rain a lot. And I remember, early in my coaching career, we played a lot of games. That was just part of it. And, in the playoffs, you can't move games.
Nope.
So
it's hard to do.
I think we're better prepared if it rains next Friday night. We will have a good experience playing in a wet surface.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Coach. Great win. Last 2 weeks, great wins. And good luck to you when you get into the playoffs. And we're anticipating multiple games in the playoffs.
That sounds good to me. I mean, it makes a big difference, kind of like bowl season with colleges. That if we didn't make the playoffs, our season would be over. But if we could win the first round, that'll be a whole extra spring training.
That'd be icing on the cake.
It's really a big deal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you taking the time to be with us today, and good luck this week. Good luck next week.
That's right.
Good luck this week, not getting anybody hurt. All right.
All right. See you, Coach.
Thanks. Okay, that was Coach Oscar Glasscock, Cullman High School, and they're excited about the playoffs. They got a week to get off, to get healthy, and then be back on the play. But anyway, we're going to take a commercial break right quick. We'll be back in a minute to talk a little more about region standings.
First 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
Of the many forces of nature that threaten our homes, one of the most menacing strikes without warning. Sound or fury. They're termites, and they cause billions in damage homeowners insurance won't cover. Fortunately, Termador protects before termites become a problem. Because there's no forecasting when termites will strike.
Call Target Pest Control for a free termite inspection of your home. We aim to please.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. As a community bank, we know our customers. They're our neighbors and friends, and we know your banking needs. It's easy to use. Simply hold your phone up to the terminal at checkout. It's right there when you need it. No more searching for your card. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference. Member FDIC. Third-party fees for data, messaging, and internet may apply.
Welcome back. Well, we have a little segment of our program called Unsung Heroes, and we've talked about a lot of people as we talked about giving them credit for helping a great deal. But somebody we hadn't mentioned in a long time is our PA announcers.
That's right.
So, we don't have a lot of them. They are preferred to be heard and not seen. Here's Cullman's PA announcer talking about the ball game, giving you the facts. And anyway, appreciate him allowing us to film him just a little bit. And but anyway, now we got some PA announcers going to have some extra duty this week.
That's right.
This year.
This year, not this week. We got upcoming one more regular season ball game. Then we'll move into that first round of playoffs on the 8th of November. And I won't go into all. I'll just go into our local folks that we have. Right now, and Friday night on the 1st, we'll go a little bit more into who's matched up with who, even though we have the majority of that. Cold Springs is in a 3-way tie right now for third place in their region, and I think it's going to go down to playoff tiebreaker number N, or alphabet N.
That ain't far down the line.
And that's not far down the line, and that's under a 3-way tie. There's also tiebreakers for 2 teams as well, but under that for 3 teams. And I think that they're going to wind up being that number 3 team out of that 2A Region 5, and I have them matched up on the road at Ranburne.
Okay.
And that's my projection. We'll know a little bit more about that on the 1st, but right now that's a projection from me. Addison. Pretty much known that Addison's that number 2 team out of 2A Region 7, and they're going to welcome up to Addison North Sand Mountain in the first round.
Okay. Let's mention one other in the 1A. We don't normally do this, but Faultville is going to be going to Waterloo in the first round.
And that's not the Waterloo where Napoleon got all messed up now. That's the Waterloo here in Alabama. So that'll be, and that's supposed to be funny, whether it was or not. But
all right, 3A.
I thought it was pretty good. 3A, that region finally got, I think the dust is settled there. We don't have a representative out of that 3A region, but the region that they're matched up with has a 3-way tie for first place and a 3-way tie for 4th place. And you can't break the 4th place ties until you break the
second place.
Establish 2nd and 3rd place. So that one won't be settled until probably this Friday night at some point in time. And there'll be some phone calls going out as to who needs to be at.
Records of who they play.
Exactly. And then there'll be some phone calls going out to let them know who needs to come to Montgomery for the playoff meeting. 4A Region 5, we got Good Hope being represented there. And it looks like that Good Hope will be on the road as the number 3 out of that region headed to Aniana.
That's correct.
And then in 4A Region 7, Fairview will be playing host to Central Florence over at Dafford Smith Stadium. 5A, I know everybody's wondering, what about Jasper? What about Jasper? Well, that number 1 team in the state is going to host a team that is accustomed to winning some state titles, and that's the Madison Academy Mustangs.
But they won them at 2, 3, and 4A.
2, 3, and 4A, not 5A. So they're pretty good ball game, pretty good matchup right there in the beginning. And we already told you that Cullman will be on the road traveling to Mae Jemison, who lost to Fort Payne 31-30 early on.
Yeah, it was a good ball game. And, they have some good athletes that's capable of breaking big plays. So that'll be a tough game. They'll have to play well. And, of course, many of the people also listen to Hartselle, and Hartselle will be going to Fort Payne.
Yes.
And so that should be a good one. All right, we're going to be back in just a second, talk a little bit about SEC.
Of the many forces of nature that threaten our homes, one of the most menacing strikes without warning. Sound or fury. They're termites, and they cause billions in damage homeowners insurance won't cover. Fortunately, Termidor protects before termites become a problem. Because there's no forecasting when termites will strike.
Call Target Pest Control for a free termite inspection of your home. We aim to please.
First six-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
At Citizens Bank and Trust, your security is our top priority. Online statements eliminate the risk of your financial information getting lost in the mail. The statement can be viewed online at home or on the go, and you'll receive your statements faster each month. Plus, signing up is easy. At Citizens Bank and Trust, your security is our priority. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference. Member FDIC. Third-party fees for internet messaging and data may apply.
Okay, welcome back. Now, you're going to get to see our genius suggestion for SEC. First of all, Alabama is hosting Arkansas.
I think you're going to see probably the best overall effort. We're finally getting some folks healthy and getting a little bit better on defense. So I think it'll be the best effort Alabama's given in all three phases of the game.
And I think Mac Jones is going to surprise people.
I think he's going to be fine.
So I think they'll do well.
Yeah.
Auburn is going to Baton Rouge to play LSU.
Well, everybody's saying that haven't won there in a while, and I don't think that's going to change, but it's going to be mighty close. And I think LSU's due probably a game where they don't finish some drives. I look for that one possibly decided by a field goal, possibly.
Well, I hate to pick outside of the state, but I got a feeling you're right. LSU's got a little more offense. Kentucky is hosting Missouri.
I'm going to go with Missouri. I'm going to go with Missouri on that one. Hesitantly, but I'm going to go with Missouri.
Well, I'll go with the home team. They're pretty even. All right. Mississippi State is going to College Station to play Texas A&M.
Both of them not playing really good ball, but I think A&M's played the tougher schedule. I'll give the nod to A&M.
South Carolina's going to Knoxville for Tennessee.
Tennessee surprised me against Alabama. Had opportunity to make it close, and
South Carolina may be going down.
Yeah, they may be on that spiral. So I think Tennessee a win at home.
I'm going to go with you too. And all right. We have some home ball games that we need to have people go visit.
We're going to announce these real quick. This week will be a great game, a great time to pick up a game because got some county folks playing county folks. We're going to have Good Hope at Hanceville. We're going to have Vinemont at Cold Springs. And we're also going to have Fairview at Holly Pond. And then you've got West Point, the Warriors, be on the road at Cordova.
Okay. See you next week.